All right, welcome to our Rebounding 101 course. Week 1, we're talking about offensive rebounding first. We're going to start with what we call our 10-shot test. Coach is going to shoot to miss 10 times and see how well a player can do chasing down that ball, hopefully catching it with 2 hands before it touches the ground and scoring it back in. We're trying to get players better at how to both catch the ball first off and then get in position to get a really good quality shot if they're going to do a putback. And so we're going to roll through kind of baseline test with that, and then break down some of the pieces, where they're looking, how they're moving, and eventually play one-on-one live with a coach and see how well that player can get past them, with the coach acting as a defender and the player trying to go get that ball and score it back in the hoop.
So during our 10-shot challenge, we have a scoring system for 2 points for a two-handed catch, 1 point for a touch before it hits the floor, 0 points for not touching the ball before it's the floor. But on all those, we add 2 points for a made shot afterwards. So max score here would be 40, a perfect score of two-handed catches on every missed shot, rebounded, and 2 points for every putback made. And most players average somewhere in the upper 20s, low 30s on this. So our challenge is to just develop a baseline this week and then start moving that forward. Catch and pivot finishing, another kind of rule we have here. If you're in the paint, we want you to score without having to dribble. So using a pivot to take the ball even at the upper end near the elbow, trying to pivot toward the basket and get a good quality shot without needing to dribble, thereby getting the shot up quicker. And then if it's outside the paint when we catch it, allowing one dribble to attack the basket. We want to avoid kind of putting the ball back up with what ends up being a fadeaway or a lean away jump shot. If we're far from the basket, we want to be going toward the basket. And so allowing one dribble kind of puts that capability to attack in the arsenal. Following your shot is a big topic. We do a pretty simple uh, line drawn from the elbow extended on the wing. If you're above that elbow extended line, you're probably getting back after you shoot. You're going to be one of the first defenders back to protect your rim. If you're below that line in the corner, you're probably going to need to chase your shot. For the most part, I tend to look at the shooter staying with the shot and the rest of the team, the other 4 members of your team, being in charge of rebounding if you miss. I've seen a lot of problems with shooters that stop worrying about making the shot and start worrying about rebounding too soon, and they end up causing themselves to miss more shots. And then lastly here, how to avoid a box out. If you have a good defender that's contesting your shot, getting you to miss, and then trying to box you out as you come down from the shot, we like to use what we call a swim move. Assuming they're going to pivot to take away the outside of the rim, we want to actually swim toward the middle of the rim, hopefully get in position where we can get a chance to put the ball back. And then here we're showing tying it all back together, actually having another coach shoot and player versus coach on the rebounding side. Again, trying to use our anticipation factor here to predict where the ball's going early enough that we can get by that defender and get 2 hands on the ball. So using the swim move if necessary, trying to get to the spot where the ball is falling on time when the ball is coming down, so we're not too early and it's bouncing overhead, and we're not too late or we're not getting hung up on our defender and ending up unable to get the ball before it hits the floor. So lots of pieces to work through here as we get into the first week. And really the goal here is to develop a baseline where we're at with rebounding so we can start moving that forward in each of our next 4 weeks. See you on the court.